So if you're like me and millions of other Americans, your morning probably started out something like this, with a cup or maybe 3 of coffee, let's be real. So, but maybe you had something to go with your coffee. I know I tend to put cream or sugar, and maybe I'll have a donut to go with it, you know, depending on what kind of sugar high I need to start my morning. But in eating my breakfast, and when you're eating your breakfast, have you ever stopped to think about how much sugar you're consuming with it? And I ask that because recently sugar has really come under fire. It's public enemy number 1. It's being criticized as the source of obesity in America, and a CNN personality even called it a toxin in one of his interviews that he had last year. So we're here today at the Javits Center in New York at the International Food Expo, and my name is Anna Parks, and I am the owner of Azúcar Confections, which is a bakery in Lehigh Valley, PA. And I've been baking since I was younger, and that's why I'm thrilled to be here to share this presentation with you, and also the mission about my company. So we're going to learn about sugar today, and we're going to see how it's processed and the different types. We're going to see how and where it is in the food and beverages that we consume on a daily basis. And we're also going to learn about why my company is passionate about sugar, and you should be too. So the standard white run-of-the-mill table sugar that we see at Starbucks or in our kitchens, it comes from these 2 funny-looking plants. The one here is sugar cane, and the one further on the right there is a sugar beet. And to get sugar out of these things, I'll start with sugar cane. It's cut down and it's pressed using tons of force to extract the juice from the plant. The juice is then boiled, and the water evaporates off to form very big sugar crystals. Now this is nothing we can eat at this point, so it has to be refined more. It's sent to a sugar refinery like Domino Sugar and some other typical brands that we know, and they wash it and they dry it, and at the end of the day we get the white table sugar that's very fine and very sweet that we use in our coffee. Sugar beets, very similar process, so I won't explain in detail. But again, both of these 2 plants are harvested solely for the purpose of making sugar. There's nothing that you would really want to eat by themselves. So now that we've learned about regular run-of-the-mill table sugar, there's some different types that we can look at. Brown sugar, you might be surprised to know, isn't a naturally occurring sugar. It's actually white sugar mixed with molasses. And I was speaking with a grocery buyer at an organic supermarket, and he said that even his customers, they get confused about, is this natural, is this good for me, is this organic, what is this? So, common misconception. Honey, as many of us know, is made by bees. Through their unique process of making honey, they gather the nectar from all these different flowers, and we end up with some great local honey. I know there's some varieties around here in the tri-state. And then finally, these pastel packages we've all probably seen, artificial sweeteners, which aren't really sugar at all. But a lot of people like them because they're low calorie and in often cases no calorie. So they're good alternatives. So now that we've seen how white sugar is made, different types of sugar, where is sugar in the food that we eat? Well, it's both added, as in you dump it in your coffee in the morning, and naturally occurring, as in a piece of fruit or a vegetable or even milk. And this stat right here is pretty staggering. If you told me this about a month ago, I wouldn't believe it, but this is 130 pounds is the amount that the average American consumes on a yearly basis. And if you think that's shocking, 60% of our calories on a daily basis come from sugary beverages like sodas and fruit juices. So my company's approach is to get out here in forums like this and really educate people on sugar and destroy some misconceptions that it's all bad for you, we have to get rid of it. No, that's not the case. We can enjoy what we like in moderation, and we practice moderation. Sugar, I should mention, is not only in all of our products, of course, cookies, cakes, cupcakes, pies, but it's in our company name. Azúcar is the Spanish word for sugar, so it's something that we really care about. And of course, in thinking about that everything in moderation mentality, we really are what we eat, and we can make some smart choices by substituting a sugary beverage for some water, or having maybe cupcakes every once in a while instead of, let's say, every day. So in closing, we don't need to eliminate anything from our diet. As long as we can make smart choices, we can continue to live healthy lifestyles while enjoying the things that we like.